Nerazzurri fans from all over the world, welcome to the Interglobe. Inter-Atalanta 1-0. We are through to the semifinals of the Coppa Italia. That's why I wrote semi-perfect, because semifinals and a really perfect game. The merit for this perfect game goes to Inzaghi because we approached it so well. We started banging, keeping the line of pressing so high up. In fact, it was so high up that I started having a bit of fear that in the second half we would suffer a little problem because of these too many energies on the pitch in the first half, and I was afraid. Instead, it was all well calculated. There was that amazing shot with the left foot, which is not his foot, from Sultan of Swing Çalhanoğlu, and he hit the post. But apart from that, we had territorial dominion. The problem is that we didn't shoot too many times on goal, and this is something to work on. But all in all, it was a very good first half, despite Kiffi. Are you okay? Do you know what you're doing? You ruined the game yesterday. You did so many wrong decisions. That's a shame, really. And you know, it's not the first time that we have problems with the referees, because even in Cremona they didn't give us a penalty. So there was a penalty yesterday for handball and you didn't give it, but you know, if it was only this, okay, but the problem is that you were a total disaster. Kiffi, you are a disaster. Anyway, second half, again, good approach, which is unlikely, as you know, from Inter, and even Lukaku had a nice header, the first time that he kind of showed himself in the conclusions, in the shoots, because shooting, I mean, because he in the first half and in most of the second just basically took the ball, kept it there, and let the teammates run forward and then discharged the ball here and there, but didn't really shoot. So this header was kind of the first time that he shot on goal, and then he also shot towards the end. But anyway, physiologically, in the last 15 minutes, Atalanta grew a bit, and Inzaghi made the substitutions, and I think we didn't suffer much, apart from a couple of occasions in which we will see, you know, De Vrij and Onana created problems for our team. But all in all, great game. Onana, 5.5. In the beginning of the second half, he had a very bad play in which he basically came out of the goal, but in a total awkward and goofy way. So it just doesn't give us this impression of security that we need desperately. He's good, but not completely. Either he gets better, or we need to consider other options for our goalkeeper of the future, since we always had the best goalkeepers in the world. Anyway, 5.5 yesterday. Darmian, 7.5. Best man on the pitch, solid in defense, great plays. He saved at least a couple of dangerous situations. He played as a third in defense, so once again he had to adapt his play to this new role, and he did it so well. Nothing to say, he's just a fantastic player, and the goal scored with the left foot, you know, pushing himself forward even in that moment of the game, almost at the end, so that goes also to his merit. Really, Darmian, 7.5, best man on the pitch, and I'm so happy for him because he's so humble, and he is just one of the most under considered players of Inter, but he's really good, and he grew on our skin, because when he came we also as supporters were not on cloud 9, let's say. De Vrij, 5.5. I saw some 7s on the newspapers today, but you know, when you are a defender in the central position, it means that you are at the heart of the backbone of the team. So one mistake is one too many mistakes, because it means that the forward player is in front of Onana. So yesterday he did have 2 or 3 really great, really sharp, agile, and well thought plays in which he took the ball from the opponents. But you know, he also made mistakes. One time I can remember he started running towards midfield with no criteria, and another time, the worst actually, was when he left basically Zapata alone. He was on Zapata and he left, he ran away, and Zapata could head it in easily. Thank God he didn't, but that alone was a play in which you can't give him a 7, So it's 5.5 for the Vrij, as they say in the Netherlands, but I'm happy that he's at least coming back in some of the plays as he used to be, because this is the first time that I see the old De Vrij. I hope he can get better and better. Acerbi 6.5, very well on the left. Nothing to say about his defense, very good in closing the spaces, and also sometimes in showing himself up forward. So not always doing great plays, but he's a defender. But despite this, he was forward many times, and I overall give him a 6.5, while Dumfries is a 5.5 because he's physically good, but fit-wise is a disaster. Any cross. Yesterday I was watching the game with friends and I told everyone, whenever he had the ball, look, he's gonna give it to the opponent. Let's see how he manages to give the ball to the opponent. And every cross he gave to the opponent. I'm not kidding. Sometimes even 3 Inter players in the middle of the penalty box and 1 defender, and he managed to give it to the defender. So there's something we need to do about this, because it's not acceptable and so many opportunities are missed because of this. So Dumfries 5.5, Barella 6.5. Nice dribblings. We are the team with less dribblings in Serie A with 3.5 versus the first, who is like Milan with 7. So yesterday I appreciated a couple of dribblings from Barella, and also a couple of nice shots. So all in all, is a 6.5. Running a lot, determined, not nervous. The Barella we want. Sultan of Swing, Chala, 7+. 7+. Nice plays, solid in defense, even hit the post with this beautiful left foot shot. He is really a leader, and he deserves a 7.5. Now, Mkhitaryan, because he plays a lot, I give him a 6+. He had a great shot in the second half, but all in all, honestly, it shows that he's a bit tired. He's running, he's helping the team, but his energies are low. So I would actually recommend to maybe considering giving him a bit of rest, because the risk is that he gets injured and then we're really in big trouble. But anyway, yesterday it was a 6+. Gosens 7-, very determined, very good in defense, nice shot, 2 nice shots actually, one in the first and one in the second half. Crosses, unlike Dumfries, well done. So this is a player that's really full of will, and you can see it on the pitch, and it's a pleasure. And yesterday against his old teammates, he wanted to also demonstrate, and he did. He had a very good game, 7-. Lukaku 6+. I was also happy about Lukaku because unlike previous games, he kind of managed to move around a bit more, to pass the ball, to be in the center of the forward plays of Inter. So I can see that he's integrating more and more into the team, and this makes me hope that soon we will see the real Lukaku. So it's a 6+. Lautaro 7-, minus because I saw him a bit tired compared to the other games recently. Anyway, it's a 7- because after all, he still showcased a lot of wonderful plays, and he gave the assist to Darmian, so 7-. I will not give a grade to Dzeko, Aslani, Dimash, John Delivery, Di Marco, D'Ambrosio and Correa because they played very little. So I won't give them a grade. I will though give a grade to Simone Inzaghi, and it's a 7.5 because it was impeccable yesterday. It was a very risky game, Skriniar playing or not playing, what do we do? The decisions were not easy to make. The turnover, so who's going to play even forward, for example, he chose Lukaku, and it proved to be a good choice. Also, again with Darmian in defense on the right, Acerbi on the left, which is, by the way, kind of out of position for both. De Vrij in the middle, which also was an important choice because he hasn't given us great performances lately, so it was a bold choice, and that's why I think he deserves a 7.5. That's it, we're in the semifinals of the Coppa Italia. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching the video. Punch the like button if you enjoyed it, leave a comment, and if you can, subscribe. It means a lot to me. Thanks a lot, and as always, Forza Magica Inter. Ciao!